Hello folks, welcome to Lexi IAS. In today's video, we'll be discussing current affair topic presented to you by your faculty Sushma KP. In this video, what is the topic we're going to be looking into? Why is Bangladesh rewriting its textbook on your 1971 Liberation War? In this article, we'll be seeing as to why is it in use, what is the relevance of it to UPSC, that is the GS paper 2. We'll also be briefly discussing about your 1971 Liberation War and comparison between Awami League and your Bangladesh Nationalist Party. Look at this, 2025 onwards. The textbooks will say that Ziaur Rahman and not Mujibur Rahman had proclaimed the Bangladesh independence. Now we will be seeing as to why. We'll look into a small history. 1947, India partitioned into West Pakistan, India, East Pakistan. The history between West Pakistan and East Pakistan was not very smooth. The journey was not very smooth. What do you say? There was constant conflicts with respect to your culture, language, and election dominance from West Pakistan to your East Pakistan. 1970s period of time. A clear winner emerged at that period of time, that was your Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who had gathered enough support to become the Prime Minister of Pakistan. But your West Pakistan under Yahya Khan did not want that happening, and this led into a full frontal fight. Your Sheikh Rahman had created a party, Awami League. This Awami League, under which the Liberation War was carried out. They fought the war. Eventually, when Bangladesh did become independent and free, he went on to become the head of state. Couple years later, in your free independent Bangladesh, a military coup takes place, which leads to assassination of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and few of his family members. Presently, this Awami League reigns are held by your Sheikh Hasina. Up until recently, who was the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, but due to the violent protests that broke out in Bangladesh, she fled to India. So this Awami League is now headed by your Sheikh Hasina, who is the daughter of your Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Understood this? We will look into the next part. In the Liberation War, 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War, there were multiple key players, and one such was your Ziaur Rahman. Post the assassination of Sheikh Rahman, 1978, he takes over as the president of Bangladesh, and he goes on to create a party, Bangladesh Nationalist Party. Couple years later, again, he also gets assassinated due to a military coup. Now the reins of this BNP or Bangladesh Nationalist Party is taken over by his wife Khaleda Zia. Understood the history between two parties? Next. One other party who has come into discussion now, limelight then, everything, is your Jamaat-e-Islami. Now, when your Awami League, you know the history of this, right? When your Awami League came into power, it made sure it banned this JEI or your Islamic factions. Why? Because they were pro-Pakistan during Liberation War. And this continued to an extent where your Awami League had also held that the leader, that is the Sheikh Rahman, had made the constitution secular. But when your BNP came into power, they were more liberal towards your JEI, and also they removed the word secular from the constitution. The remnants of this is seen even today. Whenever Awami League comes into picture, again the same thing, banning of this organization. Again when your BNP comes into power, or when any interim government it has a greater say, that time the clampdown on JEI reduces so much, so they are even given important positions also. This trend continues even today when each of this party comes into power, or whenever they have a say in the interim government. Presently, this is having a good say in the present interim government. What is this interim government? Post the ousting of Sheikh Hasina, the interim government headed by Muhammad Yunus has come into picture. Why am I calling this an interim government? Is because they are waiting for snap elections and they are in power only up until they establish a responsible government. Two things. Interim governments means temporarily until a responsible government is brought into the place, they will be there, and they are waiting for the snap election. What is a snap election? An election that happens way before than the predicted elections. So this is headed by your Muhammad Yunus. He is also a Nobel Prize winner for his works on your microfinancing, etc. What led to ousting of Sheikh Hasina, or what is that issue that they are wanting to change the textbook by telling no, Sheikh Rahman was not the one who declared independence, etc. First and foremost, your critics have claimed that Sheikh Hasina, to give power to her authoritarian and corrupt government, she went on to create a deity status to Mujib, her father. Why and how did she do that? First and foremost, the Bangladesh history, according to the speculators and critics, it was held that Sheikh Hasina had converted the Bangladesh history centered around one family and one figure. That was your Sheikh Rahman. So much so that when she comes into power, she has erected hundreds of statues. And all the oaths in schools, prayers have to be taken in Mujib's names. All the programs which is of national level will be surrounding your Mujib only. And also the Mujib residence where he was assassinated was also converted into a memorial by Sheikh Hasina in 2001. Once the ousting, or when Sheikh Hasina fled Bangladesh due to the violent student protests, etc., the first thing it was earmarked, that is the first thing it was shown as a resistance to her power, was defacing the statues, defacing the murals. The memorial, that is the residence where assassination had taken place, that was attacked. Can you see the picture here? This was a mark of ending of the Mujibization. That is, your commentators have claimed that she had completely Mujibized the country, which means the complete country's history, whatever is supposed to be, she had centered it around this one person, so that this can legalize her power as to becoming an authoritarian leader or to cover up her corruption, is what certain critics are claiming. So much so that the present interim government went ahead to cancel 8 national days. Now we'll say, what are these national days? The first was March 7th. These were all there as national days before the interim government or during the period of your Sheikh Hasina. March 7th was celebrated as a national day, claiming that it was Mujib's historic 1971 speech. March 17th was celebrated as Mujib's birthday, which was also observed as Children's Day. August 5th was observed as Hasina's brother Sheikh Kamal's birthday. August 8th as Hasina's mother's birthday. August 15th was observed as a national mourning day because that was the day your Mujib was assassinated. October 18th was considered as Hasina's brother Sheikh Russell's birthday. November 4th was also cancelled. It was observed as a National Constitution Day. December 2nd was also cancelled as a Smart Bangladesh Day. Now certain critics and your commentators have voiced that, yes, you cancelled all of these, it's fine, but why have you cancelled these? National Constitution Day and Smart Bangladesh Day. And one more thing that your critics are claiming is, whenever you're claiming something as national days or the history of our country, it should not be centered around one figure or one family, which is exactly what Sheikh Hasina tried to do, is what they're claiming. That is, whoever else were the participants, whoever were the key players in actually making this liberation war a success, they are all considered as sidewards. as some remnants. So, you've robbed the country's history, is what certain critics are claiming. So, what exactly happened in this liberation war? This is somewhat a little bit complex, is because of this reason. Your Awami League was a forefront player in your liberation war. The Awami League was the central feature in liberation war. There is no criticism on that, or even on the fact of liberation war. The agreement is there both by your Bangladesh Nationalist Party as well as your Awami League, etc. Everyone agree for the liberation war. But the course of events is what people are having differed opinion. While the liberation war was happening, your Muzib was not even in the country, was not even in the war, because he was already imprisoned and kept in Pakistani prison, we discussed. But actually, if you see, the liberation war was declared by the students post, which he also went ahead and declared, and in reality, the foreground or the battleground who actually played huge role was your students, was certain important leaders of your Awami League, who they used your guerrilla warfare alongside your civilians, alongside your leaders. All of them culminated together and launched a full frontal guerrilla warfare against your West Pakistan, aided by India. So all this was what led to your success of liberation warfare, whereas you are claiming that this person who was not even there in the country while the liberation was going on as the person who is the central theme, which means you are ignoring the main central theme, that is the students who played a huge role, who are also aligned with your leftist principles, and some other leaders who played a huge role, also members of your Awami League, such as your Tajuddin Ahmed and Syed Nazrul. On the same lines, your East Pakistan's Bengali army officers revolted against the West Pakistan and joined the liberation war. One such was your Ziaur Rahman, who was a major at that point of time. He was the one who declared Bangladesh independence, but again here is where the dispute also comes in. He declared the independence on Swadhin Bangla Behtar Kendra, and he led the Z battalion during the liberation war. He is hailed as a major war hero. So now the issue between your Awami League and your BNP is who exactly declared the independence. According to Awami League, it is Muzib. According to your BNP, it is Ziaur Rahman. This is the constant fight between Muzib and Ziaur. Who exactly? So the ideologies between your Awami League and your BNP also is based on this as a major difference. According to them, it is Muzib. According to them, it is Ziaur. And like we discussed with respect to your Islamist parties, they completely put a ban on the Islamist parties, whereas they ended the clampdown on the Islamist parties. Once Bangladesh became independent, Muzib won the elections, and also in 1975 he was assassinated. We discussed that story. Post this, what happened was your Ziaur launched your Bangladesh Nationalist Party in 1978. Again in a military coup, 1981 he was killed. He went on to remove the word secularism from British Constitution. All this we have explained. Now, we will come to the main topic. The concept of rewriting history that is happening now in 2025, is this the first time or has it happened before? It has happened before, in fact way before. The very first time that the textbooks were rewritten was during your 1978 period of time. Now observe this is your 2025 what they are going to bring the changes. Well, Muzib's title of father of the nation will be dropped. Ziaur Rahman will be regarded as the one who declared the independence. Now let's look at the history. In 1978, when Ziaur came into power as the president of Bangladesh, the textbooks were again rewritten as to the declaration of independence was done by Ziaur. Again, when 2009 Sheikh Hasina came to power, at that point of time, When the third volume of Bangladesh Independence War documents were released, it held that Ziaur was the one who proclaimed the independence. Now this was declared as null and void by your Bangladesh Supreme Court. So each point of time any one party comes into power or in any interim where they have a major say, they have been rewriting this textbooks. So rewriting of textbook is not a new thing that has been happening. It has been happening before and it is happening now. We've reached the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and share it along with your friends. Thank you.